We talk about vaccines. It's interesting. Facebook's Carolyn Everson, VP of Global Sales, talking about how Facebook helped her find a vaccine appointment. Take a listen.
I tried desperately to get my mother a COVID vaccination appointment. I tried at night. I was up trying to go on multiple websites, and I was like having no success. And I was panicked because I had just lost my dad. And so the notion of like losing my mother to COVID was like not, it was like, I was like, it's not on my watch. I cannot allow this to happen. I was really maniacal about it, but I had trouble getting her an appointment. And then I found the Facebook groups, the vaccination angels, the vaccination volunteers that are operating in every state and every country now to help the elderly, people that are not as technology enabled, to find vaccine appointments.
Oh, our Caroline Hyde there working overtime on vacation. What's so interesting, though, Romaine, is on the flip side of this, you also have anti-vaxxer groups that are still out there on Facebook. Our own Sarah Fryer took a look into this. Sarah, how are we having both of these stances at one time?
Well, we have been talking about the supply problem for vaccines, getting them in people's hands, but it's only a matter of weeks before we start talking about a different problem, the demand problem, the problem with people who have, eligibility for the vaccine, accessibility to the vaccine, and don't want the shot. And a big component in that equation is misinformation on Facebook that has been targeting people who are vaccine skeptical or vaccine hesitant for months, especially young women. There's been a dangerous rumor spread on Facebook, a lie, I should say, that the Pfizer shot could lead to infertility. We've seen that pop up in a lot of groups that my colleague Sarah Copen and I have been reviewing over the past few months. There's just a lot of confusion about how the vaccine works, and that has led to a lot of fear, which spread so well in these Facebook groups and in Instagram wellness communities. And as people find community on Facebook, yes, of course, they are finding it for good reasons, like getting access to the shot, but they're also finding communities that bring them deeper into their fears.
I'm curious, Sarah, because we've been down this road with Facebook and the other social media companies, whether it's election misinformation or all the other just crap that's really out there. I am curious, why does the bad misinformation so easily spread, but somehow the good information, the right information, why does that not gain traction?
Well, the infertility example I just gave is a great one because there's so much vagary. People can just be asking questions about that. Is this really true? Oh my God, that's so scary. I don't want this to happen to me. I want to be able to have kids. That stuff is very shareable, very commentable. When people say something like that, you want to react to it. You want to spread it. You want to say, oh my God, I had no idea. Then comes the counter argument. Pfizer put out a statement saying, oh no, the amino acid sequence is too short to cause any concern of infertility. It's not related to the placental spike protein. That scientific jargon simply isn't as shareable as that fear and that emotion. It's the emotion and the personal stories that spread on Facebook more than the facts. And we've seen that over and over. I spoke to doctors who have tried to build online presences to combat a lot of the lies they're seeing, including that one I just mentioned. And it is really hard to break through. It's really hard to build an audience. And it's something that, doctors are so used to nuance, to not speaking in definite absolutes, to speaking in a very measured, cautious way as opposed to an emotional way. And that's just not what works on social media. So they're having to change their tactics and learn.